Poland Daily Business Edition. Our guest tonight is Professor Zbigniew Krysiak, Warsaw School of Economics and Institute of Schumann-Stott. Sir, welcome to the show.
Nice to be here.
And let us start from the surplus. Poland has a trade surplus as of November 2019, 3,200 million euro. That's a significant amount. And why this is happening, according to your knowledge?
Yeah, this is basically a sign which, proves that the Polish economy is a very good shape, and this is basically a result of the model and model of the economy assumed, by the government of Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki. And I think, the different, actions and different, tools, assumed by this government resulted exactly, in the development of the, demand, internal demand, investments as well rising. And next, the exports. They are the three components, very important components for, growth of the economy. And this is, as well associated with the current, informations we received given by the rating companies that the Poland GDP, growth of the GDP in the coming this year is going to be on the level around 3.7%, so even probably 4%. So these two numbers, basically, if we look into these two numbers, the surplus and the anticipated growth, and as well, very low unemployment rate, and as well, a growth in the basically salaries. This proves that the very good balance obtained by the government proves that this, model and this, solutions are implemented.
It's a very good exercise when you try to find out this phrase and type it into Google and say what are the most common Google searches. Trade surplus of. And the results are on the first position India, on the second China, on the third Japan, fourth Germany, and fifth other countries. We are the other countries so far, but hopefully we will move up to this ladder.
Yeah, it seems to be that, that very diversified, a production in Polish economy, which was differently in the past, is delivering this result that our export is as well growing. This export is growing as well because of different investments the Polish, companies are doing or making, in different countries, not only in Western European countries. But, that what you mentioned, about the, India and the other countries, not only Germany, that they, produce the surplus, is very important for us in terms of the directions of the exports. So I think, the Polish government should, as a very important strategic, approach, assume the exports to, especially to the India, and develop, different businesses in India, because the potential of India is very high. Currently, the India GDP is over UK, United Kingdom. The population 1.3 billion, people.
So you can assume that their purchasing power will grow and the demand for the fancy foreign products may appear, so we can offer them some good quality but reasonably priced goods.
Yeah, it is, especially in India, in that population, the middle class is very fast growing. The middle class of something like, I know, 100 or even almost 200, million people. So if this is 200 million people, so this is 4 times of the Polish population. So this is high middle class, this is a very good potential which can afford, to buy, reasonable, products in reasonable prices and a reasonable quality,
as a
which potential in Poland is.
Between Warsaw and New Delhi, and person who also works on a daily basis in India, which goods and services would you recommend to Polish businessmen to to be developed for the Indian market?
Yeah, first of all, very good that the Polish Airlines, triggered, the connection direct to the New Delhi, which takes just around 6 hours. So for the businessmen, I would suggest, to be focused on in first approach on around 6 to 7, sectors. The one is agriculture and food, production, and as well, processing. The second will be, a mechanical, mechanical equipments of different type, and housing sector. This is a very big demand and need for a different, technologies in construction, and then transport. Rail transport, vehicles for rail transport, and as well the chemical sector, and as well a mining sector, especially the sector in mining which requires in India to have a special equipment, so the equipment to be used in the mining sector. And as well, very, promising and important, air transport, personal transport, so A-flies, which, is very competitive, but still very big demand for investments. Of course, this is not the offer for many businesses, but for the potentially for Polish airlines can be, to be considered.
To offer services either between Europe or India, or maybe in the Indian continent itself.
Yes.
Very interesting insights, sir. Thank you very much for that. And
Thanks
that was
a lot.
it for tonight's Poland Daily Business.